Hello, hello, crafty friends. It is Anne with Whimsically Knotted coming to you on a Wednesday. Thank you for the replay watchers. Let me know that you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay, and I would like to thank you for watching on the replay. Everybody that is here live, I am so excited to be part of the Printable Nest Fest from summer at Hammons Nest. And let me pull you up on my iPad so that I can follow along in case my comments don't show up on here. I appreciate you hopping on. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this amazing Printable Nest Fest. And I will tell you a little bit more about the amazing printables from my friend Summer. If you don't know her, check out Hammons Nest. She is an amazing creator and creative. She's has a vintage style to her creating, and that is just up my alley. I just absolutely love that. But let's get started here. Let me share a couple of things with you first. These are some of her printables, and I know it is backwards, and I do apologize. I did not turn my camera around so that I could see comments, because last night I couldn't see them on the laptop. But look at this. This is just printed on printer paper. I have an Epson printer. I think it's a 4580, just a regular printer. This is just printed on regular paper. There is that size card. Then she has smaller ones like this. And I printed out mainly the faith-based ones, because I love creating faith-based items. I am a stenciler. I use Essential Stencil, and I have tutorials, and I'll sell the products as well. But these are so great to incorporate in with the stenciling as well. And look at all these little ones that you get. I've already cut some off. You get a big sheet. And hey, Melissa, how are you, my friend? And as far as resizing, I printed this out regular 8x10 size, and I just put it back on the printer and shrunk it down to this size. So you can use your printer feature and just shrink it down. Hello, Miss Summer. How is everybody doing? So you can print them regular size. You can downsize them using your printer. Or you can use, hey, Stephanie, hey, Anne-Marie. That's funny. Your name is Anne-Marie. My real, not Anne is not a real name, but my name is Mary Ann, but it's all spelled together. And it is spelled M-A-R-I-A-N-N-E. So you just flip-flopped my name. I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate Summer so much for inviting me. You are in the good hands of some amazing creators. And let me tell you real quick, I've printed it out so I wouldn't forget. Every day this week, Summer will post over on Hammons Nest who is up for the day. And if you missed, Lori was live this morning with the Farmhouse Stencil Shop, so you can watch the replay on her page, Farmhouse Stencil Shop. Candy with the Picture Caddy had a reel posted at 10. Then I'm on at 1:30. This is all Central Time. After me is Lisa with the Rustic Vine at 7 with the reel. Michelle at the Little Jumble Market is live at 7 as well. And then closing us out today is Lisa with Choose Joy, Crafts and Creation with another live at 9 o'clock. So lots of creators, lots of tips and techniques and how you can use them. Hello, Kristen. And if you've watched Sue, she was working with fabric. I have not had a chance to watch, oh my goodness, no, I can't remember. The other lady that was doing the fabric. I still got to watch that on replay. Everybody is bringing something different and using these amazing, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. I call it sprinkling out the whimsy, and I call us the Whimsy Bunch. If you're new to me, I do creative things, home decor items, not necessarily always on wood, but mainly on wood. I do garden flags using Essential Stencil stencils, and I have a vintage vintagey, rustic, farmhousey style. So a little bit about me. I am, and Lisa with the Fabric Gals. That's who I was talking about. She was the other fabric creator. I am just amazed by all the different ways people can use the printables. And this is such a great opportunity to find out what you can do with them, how you can resize them and all the things. And the printable library, and I've posted the link in the comments so that you can check it out. Summer has done such an amazing job. She has over 700 printables. They're all categorized. You can look for patriotic or for faith or for holidays or seasons. Very, very, very well organized. There is different sizes, as I'm going to show you. Like, for instance, there is little tags that you can print out and add to things. There is prayer cards that you can print out. These will be good too. These are printed on cardstock. You can put these in cards, like some of the others has shown us, that you can write a card to your friend or at Christmas or birthdays or anniversaries, and then stick one of those prayer cards in there. When I send out my products to my customers, they always get a little devotional card in there. I either use the ones from Danielle Stringer with Imperfect Dust from her calendar, or I have bought some. Now I can just use these printables. You can write a note on the back and say, thank you. Here are some encouraging words. Many different ways. We're going to take a jar. This, I think there was red cabbage in there. I love red cabbage. So this is the jar we're going to use. And we're going to grunge up that lid. And I'm going to turn you down so you can actually see where we are going. Oh, Melissa, you are so sweet. I just love you guys. I am so excited when I can be a guest somewhere. I made some coffee podge, and this is coffee grunge. The coffee grunge recipe is from Andrea at The Cutest Little Thing. And the coffee podge recipe, I cannot remember. I printed it off of Pinterest, but I cannot remember who it was from. And I am just gonna grunge up this little lid. And I might have made it a little bit too soupy, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. I've got some bonding boss. If this doesn't work, I'll get bonding boss. And you can just add a little extra coffee grounds in here. And I'm gonna go get my Mod Podge out. And my Elmer's glue might not have been in the best condition anymore, so we'll just rock with it. We'll make it work. We will make it work. And I'll be on this Wednesday. I cannot come on. I've got, or this next Wednesday, I've got first aid class. My daughter and I have got a first aid and CPR class to go to, so that we can take care of my hubby, her dad, better. So I will not be live next Wednesday, but the last 2 Wednesdays of the month, I will be live doing some more printable fun stuff. I've been so inspired by all the creators, and I probably should have painted this brown first, but I was so excited to do this that here we are. You know, sometimes you get so excited about doing something that all the steps that you, hey Lori, all the steps that you normally do, you kind of forget. That's me. I get so excited that I forget. Just make sure you don't glue your lid shut, because then it won't fit on your jar no more. And it smells really good. It smells like coffee and cinnamon. And the idea for the prayer jar, I've been wanting to make something like that, but I actually have printed off the instructions just to kind of see what, you know, how to do it, to get some general idea from Pickett's Crafts. And I can show you that sheet. So if you go to her page, Pickett's Crafts, you'll find the instructions. I always like to give credit to everybody if I know where something came from. Get some more coffee put on here. And I probably should have put it over my plate. How many stencilers are in this group? Has any of you stenciled before? Do you like stenciling? You can combine stenciling and printables. That is a good way to combine things. I always like adding new things. Hey, Michelle. I am also in the stencil club on Saturday, right? I'm telling you, these days it's been a busy week with all kinds of things happening. But yes, the Essential Stencil of the Month Club, I will be in. So we will be able, I'll be going live in there. So if anybody is interested in hopping on to see that, I will post soon on when I will be live in there, because I cannot remember top of my head. I want to say 2 o'clock. It's either 2 or 3. I get confused with well, my goodness, what I'm trying to say, between Central and Standard Time. It confuses me because I'm in Eastern, and most of everybody posts in Standard Time, in Central Time, so I get confused. And you see how this is grunging up already? You just layer. You just keep layering on top. Let it dry in between and just keep layering. You can add some more coffee on here. And we will get to the printables in just a moment. Don't fret. And for those of you that are new to me, I do have a website. It's called Whimsically Knotted. I sell most of my products that I create. And if there is any stencils that you need or brushes or anything, you can hop on and let me know if you have any questions about that. Add a little bit more of that Mod Podge over top. Or my Coffee Podge. It's Coffee Podge, it's not Mod Podge. We'll just tap it on, and what happens is the crystals from the coffee, they just melt. And besides it making it smell good, I like that grungy look. I like vintage, rustic, farmhouse. Style. Hoping I'm not going to drop this. But this is going to be grunged up really good. And if you want to make it easier, you can add some bonding boss under there first, and then you can paint it brown. But this works just as good too. Because we're just adding luscious layers of coffee podge and coffee, instant coffee grounds. And just when you think you've added enough layers, add another one. You can also add, I know I got some cinnamon out. Thought I did. Hold that thought, ladies. What do I do with my cinnamon? There it is. And I just refilled this. This came from Aldi's, but just inexpensive cinnamon, dollar store, Dollar General, wherever you want to get it from, works just as well. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. This is just for crafting. I'm going to dry this one more time, and then I'm going to put it to the side so we can work on our labels. It smells so good. I want to eat. And there is a lot that you can do with stencils. Stencils can be used in transfers. They have amazing transfers. I am going to lay this down for right this minute and let that dry and clean my hands. You know you cannot be a good crafter if you do not get paint all over yourself or glue. That's what makes a good crafter or a good cook. You gotta wear it, right? Hey, Miss Stephanie. What is your favorite way to use printables? And I'm also in Summer's Source Sister Collective business group. And if you are interested in joining a business group with faith-filled sisters, I can only recommend that highly. She is an amazing coach. You will find a lot of encouragement in that group from all the ladies. There is so much love in that group, and lifting each other up. You just won't find that just anywhere. This is definitely a special group of ladies. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more grunginess to this. I had an edge right here that looked like it just needed a little bit more extra. Just more extra. Hey, Lisa. If I've missed saying hello to you, I do apologize. I'm trying to catch everybody. Right, I'm going to show you different ways you can use these printables on just tags. I've got a cutter that creates different, let me grab it real quick. different tags. What is a die cut? Is that what it is called? It cuts different size tags. And I just cut the tag shape out on just regular cardboard. Just regular, hi Charlene, on just regular cardboard. Then I cut one of these smaller ones. This came on a sheet. Where is my sheet? This is it. These are the prayer cards. I cut that out of the prayer cards. At least that's what I call them. And we're going to add that to this tag. Hey, Miss Stephanie, the Vintage Pebble. And if I mess your name up, I apologize. I'm just, when I get excited, I kind of forget sometimes who I am. I just love being here. There's just been so much incredible talent. And so many more incredible talented people to come. I'm just very humbled to be here. And I have dabbled in scrapbooking, but these would be great for scrapbooking. Like I said, I've liked to incorporate my faith into a lot of the things that I do. This is just a piece of the transfers, where the transfers come on, and it has a shiny side. So I'm going to set this down so that it can just lay on there. I'm going to take my, can you see good enough? I already cut it out to the size. And I'm just gonna press this on here. The only thing that we're gonna have to cut off is those little two ends right there. And I'm sorry that I have missed several of you going live, but hubby has had appointments, and we are working to get the back deck put in. So he had machinery to pick up, or our neighbor took him, but my husband does not drive, so I take him to everything. So I've got to catch a lot of you on replay, so I do apologize for that. Once this is completely dry, I am going to cut that off. But see how that is already covered nicely. And we can just go around and add just a little bit more grunginess to it. She's already got it framed out nicely, but we can just add a little bit more to it. Don't be afraid to add your, I'm just going to pick up a little bit off of this plate right here. If you don't want the coffee to be in big pieces, you can just crumble it up in your fingers and just make it smaller. And I'm just going to go real lightly over this. If you see that, just very lightly. I just want to feather this in a little bit. I'm not distorting anything. I'm just going to ever so lightly. And this one says, may you feel God's peace surround you, his strength sustain you, and his love remind you that you are deeply loved. And see how that aged that. I'm the clumsy crafter. How that just aged it out. Well, thank you, Dewana. Hey, Tammy. So let me dry this. And let me encourage you, there are several people on here that have their business names listed. Give them a follow. Say hey, check out their pages. You never know what inspiration you might get from them. So take a peek, see what they're doing, and let's support one another. Now this is still hot, so I'm gonna lay that to the side right here. And here's another type of tag. I got that one. Let's see, where did that one come from? I cannot remember. I'm going to say it came from Hobby Lobby, possibly. And that's what was in there, that little tag right here. And we can add, and this is what I did. This was that size. See, it fits right on here. It was this size. I just laid it on here the way I wanted it. And then I traced it out on the back and cut it out. And that's all I did. I just laid it on the back and cut it out. And now we're just going to put it on here. And see how easy that is? And I'm just going to stick with my coffee podge. You can use Mod Podge, Elmer's glue, whatever you have, whatever you want to do. You don't have to make this grungy. You don't have to make it like I do. I'm just giving you suggestions on how you can use tags that are available. If you don't have tags, you can cut one out. And that's what this week is about. The Printable Nest Fest is all about suggestions, ideas, and it will curl. But that is okay. It is all about ideas, sharing possibilities. And I cannot craft upside down. I am not that talented. I know there is many people that can create upside down. I am not one of those talented people. And again, we're just going to push it into our glue. And we will put that hole back in. And to cover that seam up, so to speak, I'm just going to add some of this. I just keep picking it off of my plate. And we're just going to make it disappear. Let's add to it. On this side too. Get some more coffee grounds on here. And we can take our Distress Ink Oxide and add Distress Ink to this. This poor little tag, we're gonna have to make sure that it gets dried really good. And again, you don't have to do this, and you can use your distress ink to get that same effect. Hey Tammy, hey Fine Crafts by Eddie. How have you been? We can even add something on the other side if we want to. Take my small scissors and cut that off. You could probably even sand it off. Right here it went over, so I'm gonna have to cut that. I didn't push it down far enough to go to the edge of the bottom, but that's okay. We'll just cut around. And we can also use our sander once this is dry. So now we have one of these small tags. This one is the tag that we cut ourselves out of cardboard. Let me go ahead and cut this. And of course we speed things up on the live, so you can just take your time. Ahead and get those snippets out of the way. Well, there we have two different tags. You can use these to add to your items that you create. You can put on there made with prayer, because I like that. I like that things are made with prayer. And here is another tag set. If you guys want to know sizes, this one is a 2 3/4 by 1.5 inch tag, and that one was 2.75 by 2 inch. And these are too big to fit on here, but if you hold it up against light, you can see where it would fit on here. And I am just going to slide it all the way over so that it matches the end. Right there, and pull it up so that it will be on here perfectly. And we're going to add that one to here. So that is one way to use different sizes of tags for the printables. And then of course these tags will go into our jar for our prayer and encouragement jar. I'm just holding it up to just line it up while that glue is still wet. I have enough time to move it. And you can use a little brayer if you want to put this on. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut the excess off. I got one more tag I want to show you that you can do. I get quiet when I'm concentrating. You guys do that? You get quiet when you concentrate? You are just fine, Miss Lori. Hey, Miss Bonnie, how are you, my friends? I have missed you. I hope you're okay. I was trying to get that cut out well. And for the hole, I'm just going to take my little, I call it my pokey tool from the dollar store. You can also use your crocodile. And I just put it in and just swirl it around. And fold it over on the back side. So here's one not grunged up at all. That way you can see the difference. You hanging in there? I do pray that everybody is staying cool. Here is another set of tags. This one is tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. It's 2 inch by 1 1/4 inch. And these little ones fit perfectly on here. Look at that. You can put it on this way. And it fits this way. So on this one, I am going to put it this way for right now. And these already had, can't remember, it came with strings, and I already had put strings on there. So I am not taking the string out. I'm just going to leave it. Hoping I am semi-straight. I hardly measure anything. And look how cute that is. Dry these real quick. We'll go work on our jar. Leave this laying here. And you can take a regular coat of Mod Podge over top to make sure that everything is sealed in well. I'm going to close this up. Oh, no, got to do one other thing. We're going to have to add that to the jar. I chose this one, Chosen and Loved, to add to our jar. It has 2 seams. There's a seam here and there's a seam here. And I want to try to put that, for the most part, in the middle. I just laid that under there so it will stay. And this is the perfect size to fit right there. And this is just on paper. I did not put this on cardstock. So I'm sure it is going to bend a little bit. And you can just use regular Mod Podge. I just had this out and I'm just gonna continue using it. Like I said, I love that rustic vibe. Make sure you put it on right side. And if we want to grunge this up, we can, but we can also just leave it. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it. Hey, Miss Donna, good afternoon. How are you, my friends? I'm so excited that you're all here. Our lid still has to dry. It is, I'm going to stick that in water for right now. It is getting grungy. Let's see if we can dry that a little bit more. A fan would probably be better than heat. And we might just have to let it sit. We can still work on the rest of the jar. Because the lid is going to be functioning, so we can do what we need to do. I'm just going to push this down a little bit more, make sure it is adhered. I am just going to take this jute rope and I'm going to leave enough that I can tie and just wrap it around a few times under the threads so that we have enough to thread our lid back on. I'm going to double knot it for right now. And I've made a little fabric tassel, some homespun from Jubilee Fabrics. And this one here with the notes is from Lisa at the Rustic Van. Hey, Billy. This is an amazing idea because you can sit it on your kitchen counter because most of us gather around the kitchen table. You can put it on your kitchen counter. You can teach your kids to be encouraged for the day. For instance, you could put this prayer card in there and they could pull it out and it says, walk by faith. And then you can look up the verse and read the verse. Or you can pick this one out. Created with purpose. The Lord will let you know which one you need for the day to give you the encouragement. And before you head out of the door, everybody picks a card and you get to talk about it. You get to share. And I just made this little tassel-y looking thing and I'm just going to tie it on here. I'm going to tie it on the jar. And this is not the directions from Pickett's Craft. This is just an inspiration. So I am just going to tie this on. I'm going to tie it the other way. When I tie my bows, they're always backwards. I have literally in the past tied my bows upside down so that would turn out right. And you can fiddle with it and make it look however you want to. And we can cut these. I just left them long so that we would have enough to enough there to cut them. You can add some picks to it. Let's see, let's add this one. Let's add the light color one because it matches Miss Summers. And what I like to do with these, I just loop them around my finger to make them a little curly-cue. It blends in with my shirt. Like that. And if you want to take it out, you know, Summer likes to create things that are removable. You can literally just tie it on here. And then you can change it out for the seasons. Hey, Michelle, thank you. See, there's your little curly cue, and you can add a green one in here or a red one. Yeah, that one fell out and that one fell out. I'm also going to add a couple of bells, but this way you can just hang it in here. You don't have to take it out. You can just leave it, and you can take your fabric and intertwine it. Let's do the red one. And all I did is I went through it and tied it on. I just went through the jute right there. And I'm just tying it on. I forgot to curl this one. And then you just bend it down. And I just twisted it on here. And then you can take your fabric. Let's take this one. And you can loop it through. And let's go ahead and do the green one. And we got all three colors in here, and we'll be ready for fall. And then if you want to change it for the seasons, you can change it for the season. I've got to pull that one through. This little pokey tool comes in handy. Made my jute a little bit too tight. All right, where are you? No, I cannot get it back under there. There we go. Curl it around your finger, and you can curl it around the pencil and make it more curly, less curly. Find the other end and just wrap it around itself as soon as I find it. There it is. And see, all I'm doing is I'm just wrapping it around itself right there. There's still enough wiggle room to where I can move it over, and this way it is not permanent. You can actually move it over, take it off, change it for the seasons. You can have it going up around the lid once we have the lid back up here. And now we can fill our jar. And what you can do with these, you just have to be careful when you pull them out of the jar. You can take rusty safety pins and put them through the hole. And put your tag on here. This one says made with prayer, so that will be a good one to take and put on your I'm just going to take this one back off. On your items that you create, if you're a product seller. Now we have our be still and know. And another thing you could do too, I've bought a pack of crosses at when we were in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge in one of the places. I think it was at Dollywood. It came with a whole bunch of crosses, and you can just take a little cross. It was on this one. And add that little cross right there on here. So that is a way you can embellish. But we can add these. This one says be still and know, and it lists the psalm on there. And we'll just put these in here, grow in faith. And we left that one. We did not grunge it up or anything. It's just regular. This one can say, His grace is enough. Faith over fear. You can put these in there. Walk by faith. And we'll fill our little jar. Oh, that one fell upside down. And if you don't want it white, you could paint it. You can grunge it up. You can do all kinds of things with this. And then we can add our little tag to the outside right here. And this one says, may you feel God's peace surround you. May you feel God's peace surround you, his strength sustain you, and his love remind you that you are deeply loved. What a wonderful reminder in the morning when you're heading out of the door. I am probably just going to glue that on. I don't want to take up too much more time. I can glue that onto the side right here. I'm wanting it under here. There we go. We're going to hold it in place for just a second. So we have chosen and loved, and we have our little tag right here, and I'm just going to glue it in. I'm going to lay it over top right now. And there's our little tag. I'm going to cut these down. I'm going to put our little cross on there. And then we will finish off with our, this is still drying, so I am not going to put that on there. And there you have your chosen and loved to remind you of God's love for you. Yeah, I think that added cross, not that your tag isn't beautiful already, but I think that cross just adds a little extra to it. And I did not bring my, I didn't turn my glue gun on, but I just think it just gives it a little extra on here. I probably should have chose my there was a piece of cardboard stuck on there. That's weird. Let's let it, and I use the 3-in-1 glue a lot. There is that. And we also have a bigger cross. If you wanted to, you could add a bigger one to the side of your jar right here. Just little embellishments, just I am not going to put this on here while that is drying, so I'm going to leave that drying. But that is what I had for you, and if you're interested in the instructions for that jar, it is from Pickett's Crafts, and it has instructions on how to create that. I was going to put some bells on here. I've got these little rustic bells that you can add to here as well. I forgot to turn my hot glue on. You can add them on here. That's what happens when you get too excited. You forget to turn your hot glue gun on. You can even add them to your tag right here. That would be pretty. And again, we can add all of our little tags in here. Faith over fear, created with purpose, and fill our little jar up. And another thing that you could do with this is you could pick out a tag out of here, and when you write your birthday cards or Christmas cards or whatever you are creating for a friend or a loved one, you can pick a card out and stick it in there. Like I said, I put devotional cards in all the things that I mail out to my customers. They always get an encouragement card, and that's what I like about it. This is not just a prayer jar, it's an encouragement jar to encourage your family, to encourage you, and to encourage each other. Yes, that will be amazing to make. That's what I'm saying. A simple jar that you would have thrown away anyway, repurposed, couple of scripts of fabric, and all those beautiful printables from our lovely Miss Summer. Put a tag on the side so that you are encouraged just by seeing the jar, and then every morning pick out a card and you can stick it back in there and see what the Lord is talking to you about this morning. If you need some encouragement, grab in here, get you out a card, share with your kids before they go to school. Be still and know it's going to be okay. The Lord is walking with you. Or this one is grow in faith. Just make sure that your jar is big enough to stick your hand in, or you have to tilt it and get it out, but you can get it out. And all of these are removable. Nothing is glued, so you can take it and change the ribbon out for the seasons. And like I said, you can add the little bells on here. I only got 3 out, so, but you could do 4 bells. I like things in 3s. You can glue a little bell up here on the rim right here. So many ways that you can decorate this up and make it yours for whatever season of life you are in, or for whatever season of the season you're in, whether it's spring, summer, fall, or winter. And I just like this little bit of a fall vibe with our little red and cream and green. And again, this can loop over towards the lid, and the lid will screw on because I put the jute underneath the lip so we could put our lid on. And I will post pictures. Like I said, it is still drying, but there's our grungy little lid that'll be on top of our jar, and it will be so precious. I hope you found some encouragement today. I hope you try out some of these things, and you can make a tag yourself out of cardboard. You can use tags from the store. We used this kind of tag. We used the little tags, and we used the what I call medium-sized tags. These came from Amazon. You can cut out tags. This one will cut tags 1.5, 2, and 2.5 inches out of cardstock. You can use and I just used regular cardboard. I don't know what came in it, but I just used this. You can use decoupage paper or scrapbook paper and use a really pretty background and make tags with those to put the things on there. But what I love most is Miss Summer has everything categorized. You have all the different categories. You can search by faith or by spring or by Christmas. The banners everybody created, you could create a hope banner, a pray banner, a fall banner, a joy banner, a faith, just all kinds of different things. And every Friday, last Friday of the month, Miss Summer adds another collection to it. It is continuing to grow. Check out the link at the header of this video or live. Hop over, look at all the wonderful things that are there. I just picked out the faith-based ones. there is so much more available that you can use. She has some of them sized already to 5x7, 4x6. You can print them on just about anything. You can decoupage them on anything. And if you use my code, KNOT50, KNOT, for Whimsically Knotted, KNOT50, you can save half off your first month. How awesome is that? You will get so much value. And if you're interested in any of the other groups, I love Summer so much. I am in her Creative Nest group and in her Soar Sisters Collective group. She is an amazing lady with a lot of talent and creativity. The Lord has truly blessed her, and it is such a blessing to be part of her groups and this Printable Nest Fest today. You guys be blessed. Have a wonderful afternoon. And I always close my lives with a devotion out of our prayer box. That's what I call it. It is to strengthen your soul. And today is Romans 8:28. We know that in all things God works for those. I cannot even read today. I am so excited. We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. That's a good verse for a prayer card. We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28. And on the back it says, God will work it all out in his perfect time. In his perfect time. Have a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening. I will be back on tomorrow evening at 6:30 for our normal, and that's Eastern, for my normal crafting time. Hop over, join me. If you feel, please, I invite you to follow me and check out all the ladies here and follow them and encourage them in their creative path that the Lord has blessed them with. Love you guys. Have a blessed evening. Hey, Sherry. Bye. Oh, and don't forget. Look who else is coming on. At 7, we will have a reel from Lisa with the Rustic Vine, a live with Michelle from the Little Jump Market. And at 9 o'clock is a Facebook Live with Lisa, Choose Joy Crafts and Creations. Check back tomorrow, 6:30. Summer will post who's coming on tomorrow and Friday as well. Bye.